하지만 결국 가는 데 같아. 질리게 겪어도 사랑 때문에 애 같아. 이럴 때 보면 나도 아직 애 같아.
살기보단 생존하기 바쁜 정수리는 넓어지고 평소가 작아지는 마음 속에 피어나줬으면 해 한 송이의 평화 진흙탕 속의 연화.
이 험한 현실에서 아직 붙잡아두고 싶은 꿈, 높고 힘든 삶의 능선에서 때론 포기하고 싶은 꿈, 너와 천천히 오래 걷고 싶어 until the end of time. 지금 난 간절히 원해 한 조각의 피자만.
Live from Orlando, 2K Sports proudly brings you the Magic at Amway Center. Last game for the Hawks, it was a loss to Toronto. And it's going to be the Magic off the tip. All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court for Atlanta, Teague and Korver are the guards. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. And it's Cephalosha in at the three, the small forward.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Well, Clark, you follow international basketball so much, and Mauro Hezonja isn't a new name to you.
No, it's not, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing him do things in the NBA. Only played sparingly up until now, but the talent and skills he possesses, they get your attention.
Well, Hezonja has been playing as a pro since his 14th birthday.
Yeah, it happens that way in Europe.
And with Hezonja, it is all about what he might do in the future. He has great athleticism, very good size at his position, and already has great skill in terms of scoring the basketball.
He dishes it to Vucevic. Here's Gordon. A second chance effort. Good work defensively by Millsap. And it's the Hawks ball. Teague kicks to Korver. Passes it to Millsap. Orlando grabs the miss.
You know what I like most about Hezonja is how much he believes in his own ability. He has tremendous confidence. Before the draft, he said he felt he should be the first pick overall. That's confidence, folks.
Here's Oladipo. Gordon, the pass to Harris. Inside. Here's Vucevic. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Vucevic has got his first 2 points. Teague against Oladipo. It's Millsap with the drive. Korver gets a wide open look. Releases from the wing and drills it.
Looked like he was trying to go for a degree of difficulty points on that shot.
And Oladipo kicks to Vucevic. Vucevic gets double teamed. That's good. And that's now 6 points for Victor Oladipo.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Fantastic dunk, and he decided to hang around up there for a while, Kevin.
Well, maybe, he didn't want to land awkwardly. I don't know.
Yeah, oh, guys, come on. He's up there posing. He's posing for the photographers. That's all that's about. Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Teague can't hit.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Looking at the last game for Orlando, it was a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City. And there's the pass to Cephalosha. No good from outside. Orlando leading by 4.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
Here's Horford. The Magic getting the bucket. It's Millsap with the drive. Korver dishes to Horford. Shot clock at 5. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. And that one's good. Millsap.
Boy, I tell you, last season was a big one for the Hawks and Coach Budenholzer. Their dominant season won him multiple Coach of the Month titles, and eventually he won the Coach of the Year award.
Here's Korver, and too long on the shot.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
Here's Azania, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Azania's got his second basket of the night.
I'll tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
Horford gets the bucket. And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. What a season for Al Horford last year. Such a great display from him and his team as he led the Hawks to the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference.
And for all the team accomplishments the Hawks had, Horford was able to hit some of his own milestones as well. Had his first career triple-double last season.
Horford was really a cog in all aspects of the Hawks last season. I mean, a major cog. Just a consistent presence inside with his 15 points and 7 boards a game.
Orlando making some changes. Fry comes in for Aaron Gordon, and it's Watson in for Victor Oladipo. A minute 42 left to play in the first quarter.
And for Horford last year, the numbers were down a bit, but that wasn't due to his play. I think the Hawks were just a more balanced team, and he could obviously put up bigger numbers if he wanted to, but by playing within the system, I think it allowed Atlanta to reach its true potential over the course of the regular season.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Orlando.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
Magic leading by 6. And slam dunk by Harris.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
Pass to Hazania. It's good, and Watson picking up the assist. Hazania's got 6.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
And Dennis Schroeder out of Germany, his teammates give him a hard time about putting mayonnaise on everything. He eats a turkey burger with mayo before every game. And let me tell you, no need to change because he's settling in just fine.
And Schroeder, who's out of Germany, a pretty wealthy country, but he had a pretty hard scrabble upbringing.
Yeah, you know, he had some brushes with authority early on in his life. He's still relatively young, so in the past, I think he's in a really ideal situation in Atlanta right now, though.
And it was great to watch C.J. Miles last season. Finally, Clark got some significant playing time.
Yeah, and took advantage of it with the Pacers having Paul George on the sideline due to injury until late in the season. They got a nice lift and contribution from C.J. Miles.
And no doubt they've come into this game with a really aggressive approach, just pounding the ball inside.
It certainly is working. They're finding the open lanes to the hoop and owning this game early.
And slam dunk by Harris.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4.
And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Magic lead by 15. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And for the Magic here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
Defense paying huge dividends for them through the first.
Excellent hustle, and you know the coach has to be pleased with that effort at the defensive end.
Payton is out there with Evan Fournier. Then it's Aaron Gordon. Then it's Smith. And it's Dedmon in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's who's out there for Orlando. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And for Aaron Gordon, so much fanfare entering the 2014 draft, selected 4th overall, which was actually a couple of slots higher, I think, Greg, than many experts thought.
I agree. And, you know, a lot of people obviously liked him, but Orlando clearly loved him and had very high hopes for this young man. And, of course, the injured foot, only 11 games a season ago and never really got back on track.
Fans, get ready for your Magic Answers.
Orlando making some changes. Channing Fries checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Tobias Harris comes in for Smith. And it's Victor Oladipo in for Payton. And both free throws good for Gordon.
And, you know, getting back to Aaron Gordon, his defense is really what had scouts most excited. He has the rare combination of strength, lateral quickness, and ups to defend multiple positions.
Oladipo with the ball. He's picked up by Millsap. And Harris wide open. He shoots. That's short off the rim.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Korver, no luck.
And talking about Aaron Gordon, everyone knew coming in that he was kind of unrefined. You're betting on his upside and hoping that he develops a consistent shot. And boy, if he does, you're talking about a guy who could become a perennial all-star.
And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. And stolen by Jeff Teague.
The lead they have is a result of how they've taken care of the ball, guys. I mean, that's only their first turnover.
The 3. Yep, it goes, and the Magic lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Korver.
Really good job of creating just enough space to let that one fly. Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Atlanta making a switch here. Schroeder's checked in. The wide open look here for Oladipo. Hits the three-point bomb. Oladipo's got 9.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
Yeah, it's got to be concerned with all the missed shots here. And every team goes through cold streaks. You just got to figure out a way to stay productive.
And the best way to do that when you're missing shots is to get to the foul line. Be aggressive, get to the foul line, and knock down some of those freebies, and the tide can turn for you.
Making some changes. Vucevic, he's checked in for Fry. And it's Hazanya in for Evan Fournier. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Got a hand on it.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
The Hawks trailed by 15.
And Paul Millsap, guys, the only player to lead the NCAA in rebounding 3 straight seasons back in college. A former second-round pick, was kind of slept on, but now clearly making his mark in the NBA.
And Nikola Vucevic is going to pick up the foul.
Nikola Vucevic. That's his first personal foul.
Now here's Schroeder, guarded by Oladipo. Here's Korver for 3. That one goes. Count it. Korver's got 10.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3 ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a three-point battle taking shape here.
Count that one. And that's now 6 points for Vucevic.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Magic leading by 17. A look from Harris. Off target from the wing.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
Millsap down low. He's against Gordon. Millsap misses. Here's Azania. It's deflected. Pass break here. Here come the Hawks. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Stolen by Gordon. And here we go. And it's denied. And they're able to recover. Orlando moving the ball around. Millsap grabs the miss. Cephalosha passes to Schroeder. It's tipped. Pass to Azania. From about 19 feet. Makes a big high bounce and goes in. Azania's got 10 points in the game.
And you can see the difference with their ability to win with their speed, guys.
Boy, I love the pace and flow that their open court offense has been played with. I mean, it's been humming quietly, but very efficient.
Rejected by Harris. For the finish. Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't remember ever seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw it.
I tell you what, fellas, you might not see another one like that one for a while.
Atlanta calls timeout. And Victor Oladipo, after a solid rookie campaign, really took it up a notch last season, even after missing Clark the first 9 games with that facial fracture.
I love this kid's gravitas. I mean, he's got a presence about him. His percentages improved across the board, field goal, 3-point free throws. But I like his work ethic and his confidence.
Orlando making some changes. Channing Fries checked in for Vucevic. Evan Fournier comes in for Hazania. And it's Watson in for Victor Oladipo. On the wing, Korver. The dish to Millsap. To stop the drought. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
You know, there are a lot of bigger power forwards than him in the NBA, but very few that rise up like he did.
In talking about Victor Oladipo's improvement, a lot of it has to do with his work ethic. Also his pregame film study, something his college coach absolutely raved about. And all that showed up for him big time last season.
Millsap kicks to Korver. Just 5 to shoot. That one off the back iron and out. Magic leading by 21. Fournier dishes to Harris. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
And you know, back to Oladipo, we always talk about 5-star phenoms coming out of high school. He was just a 3-star guy. He's had to work for everything he's gotten, and I think that served him well. He's got a hunger and drive that you can't manufacture.
And Fry kicks to Harris. Good. Score the basket. Mark him 4 for 8, shooting 50% so far.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists. And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Watson kicks to Gordon. Down low. Here is Korver. Three-pointer. There's the bucket. Good. Korver's got 11 here in this quarter alone. We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third.
Check out the game for Korver. 15 points, and from downtown, he's buried 3 3-pointers.
Well, when he squared himself up and gotten good looks, he's knocked them down.
The Hawks trail by 20. And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Kyle Korver is out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Cephalosha in the 3 spot. Oladipo goes in. Kicks to Harris. Harris missing again. For the Orlando Magic, they come into this one following a loss to Oklahoma City. Another 3 for Atlanta.
You have got to make some kind of a defensive adjustment here. He is just lighting them up from beyond.
Greg, I don't know what else they can do. I mean, even when they've closed out on him, he's still been knocking them down. You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. The Hawks have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
And you know, a lot of times, guys, in some of their performances last year, their free throw numbers helped them win games.
And Oladipo, here we go. Oh, and he misses the dunk.
And Thabo Cephalosha, one of those 3-and-D guys in Oklahoma City, but his three-point shot fallen off a little bit here the last few seasons. He can still make an impact, though, as a long, lanky defensive specialist.
And it's Korver in the corner. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Orlando leading by 16. To the middle. And stolen by Cephalosha. Here's Schroeder. Rejected by Harris.
It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it.
And Cephalosha at 6'7", Greg, able to defend 2s, and Clark 3s equally as well.
Yeah, he's a guy who will give it to you with all-out hustle and effort, and really versatile at the defensive end. His shooting was down last season, but he did put up some outstanding rebounding numbers.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
And for Tobias Harris, a resurgence of sorts last season, Clark, especially from behind the arc, where he shot a career high at 36%.
You know, he'd only hit 25% from 3 the year before, Kevin. So, yeah, monster improvement in accuracy from long range.
Atlanta calls timeout.
And getting back to Harris, there's just so much to like about his game. He lives in the gym, has a tremendous feel for the game, and he knows how to maximize his production within those athletic limitations.
Orlando making some changes. Channing Frye's checked in for Aaron Gordon. Evan Fournier comes in for Hezonja. And it's Watson in for Oladipo. Dishes it to Schroeder. 5 to shoot. Shoots from the baseline. It's tipped. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. Here's Korver. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Orlando leading by 18. It's stolen by Schroeder. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Cephalosha's running. Korver, good.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it. You know, the thing about Harris is he's a combo forward, extremely versatile. At 6'8", he struggles with size against the better power forward, and he lacks the athleticism of the better small forward. So to get the most out of him, you have to put him in the right matchups.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Well, he's an undersized center, but he more than makes up for it with some serious leaping ability.
Horford kicks it over to Schroeder. Over to the left wing. Here's the screen. Right side Korver. Here's Horford. Rejected by Harris. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. And Fournier kicks to Vucevic. Here's Harris. Offline with his three.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Now Schroeder. Looking to get back on track here. Horford. Buries it down low. Horford's got 4 points this quarter.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. After a rookie season in which he really struggled, Dennis Schroeder made big strides last year.
Yeah, I think pretty much dramatic improvements across the board, Kevin. Really a most improved candidate for sure. He solidified that reserve unit for the Hawks, in my opinion.
And Schroeder still with room to grow. I mean, he needs to improve his three-point shot and cut down his turnovers. Those are things that often come with time. And he's got time, still very young at this stage of his career.
For the Magic, Aaron Gordon is checking in for Tobias Harris. Hezonja comes in for Fournier. And it's Victor Oladipo in for C.J. Watson.
And for Schroeder, not a great outside shooter yet, but he's an attack guard. I mean, blinding speed, very slippery, eel-like. He gets into that lane and can make a defense collapse in a heartbeat. That alone is where his value is right now.
Rejected by Millsap. And they'll keep possession. The Hawks trail by 16. It's stolen by Oladipo. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford. Vucevic to the pass to Oladipo. He kicks to Fry. Millsap with the steal. Fires from the wing. And there's Korver on the assist by Paul Millsap. And it's now 22 points in the game for Kyle Korver. Oladipo goes in. Millsap kicks to Cephalosha. The Hawks working the ball around. Outside Korver. Korver missing again.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Well, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Feeds it to Fry. Here's Oladipo. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And for Victor Oladipo, guys, last season you saw him continue to make strides in his game. He has the build to be one of the best guards in the league, and he's on the right track right now. Very excited for his future.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. As you said about Oladipo, he has a bright future in this league after playing at Indiana, already stepping into the leader role with the Orlando Magic.
And what I like most about his game and the way he plays is that he contributes really in every facet. I'll use a baseball term. He's a 5'2". I mean, he really does a little bit of everything well, and he can make a big impact even when his shot isn't falling, be it on the glass with his passing or his defense. And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
Here's Korver for 3, and that one's good. Korver's got 10 points here in the second half. 7 seconds left to play here in the third. Oladipo misses.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
And as we end the third quarter, and we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know.
Timeout on the score. Charge to Orlando.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Scott Skiles said to his team. His message was this: all of us know these guys are capable of exploding and putting up points in a hurry. So I don't want to see anybody letting up until that final whistle blows. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris, thanks. Harris and Gordon, the athletic forward pair. Victor Oladipo is out there with Hazonia, and it's Vucevic in the pivot spot manning the middle. That's who's out there for Orlando. Korver, no luck. Oladipo goes in. There's the feed to Gordon. The shot is off. Good work defensively by Millsap. The Hawks trail by 14. Korver with it. Now defended by Oladipo. That's a 2 from Cephalosha. Hits the front of the rim and out. Orlando's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them.
He's really slowed down a bit here in the second half. He hasn't converted a 3 yet after the tremendous first half he had.
Horford's shot is good.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Oladipo, the pass to Hazonia. Offensive rebound. He feeds it to Vucevic. Another shot. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Looking at the numbers for Vucevic, he has 9 rebounds, and he hasn't forgotten to get his teammates involved either.
And he's conscious, I think, Clark, of good ball movement. It needs to be a part of their game plan throughout.
Good on the second free throw.
And as good as Vucevic is on offense, guys, he's doing everything he can to catch up on his defense. Huge size and wingspan works to his advantage, although the subpar athleticism hinders him a bit. But, for example, he's averaged less than 1 block per game for his career, mostly because even though he's a 7-footer, he plays well below the rim.
Schroeder kicks to Cephalosha. And Millsap, here we go. And that one's good.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
And one record that is going to be very hard for any player to ever match is the Iron Man streak. That record's held by AC Green as he played in 1,192 consecutive games. That kind of durability is going to be hard to match in the modern NBA.
On the wing, Korver. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And Azania gets it to go.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
And with Iron Man streaks, it isn't just injury that can get you. It's scheduled days off and getting suspended games, too.
Yeah, just for reference, last season DeAndre Jordan was the active leader, played over 300 straight games as a player. He was the leader in the league, but he wasn't even a third of the way to Green's historic mark of consecutive games.
And that steal paid instant dividends.
No wasted time or motion getting out on that fast break.
Here's Korver for three. Korver missing again.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open. And that tells you a lot about why the score is where it is. Lazy defense.
Horford with it. And it's Gordon picking him up. Looking to end the run. And it's blocked by Gordon. Goes back up. Out of bounds. Hawks ball as Atlanta keeps possession. Watson, he's checked in for the Magic.
In for your Magic, C.J. Watson.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Just 2 to shoot. But they get it back. Cephalosha dishes to Schroeder. The three-pointer is right on target.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Here's Azania, guarded by Korver, and it's sent back by Horford. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford.
Magic timeout.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
Yeah, now Horford really has become one of those elite two-way big men. And that's very rare. You look at most bigs in the NBA, they excel at either one end or the other, but this is one of those guys that does it all.
And Horford at 6'10", a natural power forward who's been pressed into duty at the center spot, but he holds his own on the low block.
He also does a really good job, Kevin, moving his feet and covering in space, covering the pick and roll. He's outstanding in that regard, which is important in today's game. He's got mobility and a high IQ.
Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for C.J. Watson. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Teague, he's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. Oladipo against Teague. 4 on the clock. And Oladipo kicks to Gordon. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is secure.
I'm almost ready to go there with you, partner. Not quite. I'm hanging around at that 98% mark. So it's just about done, but I need a little more evidence to close the book on.
Last year, a good one for Jeff Teague, Clark. He was a first-time All-Star in this league.
He's a pick-and-roll technician, so good in reading the defense as he operates from that spot on the floor. He was really the catalyst for what was a really efficient offense for the Hawks.
And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. 1:46 left in the 4th quarter. Oladipo for 3. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
And Jeff Teague, a real speed merchant. I mean, very tough to stay in front of. He can put you on skates, slow by, and get right to the rim.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're behind by 19. 1:39 left in the 4th quarter. Millsap a screen. Teague against Terrace. And Teague, here we go. They retain possession. And they get it back. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Magic.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
And guys, Jeff Teague, an attack guard. He's just an average three-point shooter, but he gets to the free throw line in bunches, shoots at a high percentage, and has really revolved, I think, into one of the elite point guards in the league. The fans are just loving what's going on here tonight. A really good win for the home team.
It sure is. I mean, they kept this crowd in the game, gave them plenty to cheer about, and really used that home court advantage to their advantage.
Oladipo, the pass to Gordon. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Just look at how quickly the lead has grown here over the last few possessions.
Clear case here, partner, of saving their best for last. Quite a run.
And how many extra possessions have they gotten because of that rebounding edge?
Well, it's been a bunch, and I think it's made the difference in the game. I mean, they've actually done a great job on the board.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
To the paint. Here's Oladipo on his face. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. That's a 2 from Korver, off target. And so it's Orlando.
I don't think you want to get rich.